So before we go into that, let me just all these messages that are sent during the papers review. This one says, Barry Cosmos, good morning, sir. I have been in Igbere, the hometown of Oju Zakalu. There is network in Igbere. I'm from that side. I can understand his frustration because we are retiring him come 2027. Now you talk about with me. All right, we also have this one says, good morning, Barry. Happy midweek. To you, my name is Felix Moses, still texting from Umar Himberi. But it's a very big shame that Orji Uzakalu ruled Abia State for 8 years, please. And he is a two-time senator, and yet he is not ashamed to say that his village up till now have no network. He have indirectly gave himself a scorecard on how he had performed as governor and as senator, and finally any attempt by the Senate to reject total real-time transmission of the election results electronically is inviting anarchy and chaos. Let there be no election in any place that have no network. Ho-ha. Thanks and enjoy your midweek. Nigerians are not smiling with this issue. GM, do you want to take a peek on this matter a little bit? Let's get your thoughts on this particular electronic transmission. You people are in government. And of course, why is the government or APC led administration afraid of electronic transmission?
APC is not afraid of electronic transmission. The most important thing is to do things right and the right way without any manipulation. First things first, in transmission, you have to be able to get it right and make sure that the transmission will be accurate. Because no matter however you do things in Nigeria, they're about to say it didn't work here or it didn't work there. There's still going to be discrepancies, there's still going to be questions, there's still going to be argument. So I believe that the Senate would want to scrutinize very well and make sure that laws that are on ground are laws that are going to last for a very long time.
This law, do you think is anywhere close to what Nigerians are yearning for? Well, are they representing themselves or are they representing Nigerians?
Nigerians are yearning. And let me tell you something. I think Nigerians have a big heart. And if Nigeria was not the way, or it's not the way it's supposed to be, I believe the tolerance level would have been real low. But in this instance now, Nigerians know the truth, and they're beginning to understand it. I'll take it like, for instance, my principal, His Excellency Hope Uzodinma. He won hands down. It was a no contest. And everybody have seen from his works, from his dedication to Imo State, that yes, the Imolites elected the right person, and the right person is ruling Imo State. I mean, I'm sure you can agree on that. So nobody can say, okay, because that he's ruling very good, because there was no electronic transfer of results and things like that. But you can see that...
But you're taking the whole thing out of context.
Yeah.
Now, we're looking at an electoral process that was made due to, from ECH, the ones we signed, the people voted were seen in the gutters and the results were called at the middle of the night when people are sleeping. We had a presidential election, senatorial election, and we had a House of Rep election. Same time, same beavers. The two were going, the presidential weren't going. These are issues Nigerians frowned at, and that made the accountability issues. And they're trying to make sure that doesn't happen and to make sure that what IREF is not just a viewing portal like the Supreme Court decided it is. That is what Nigerians are trying to get out of the way. Why on earth are they bringing all this ambiguity instead of simplifying things and Nigerians will get it? Make electronic transmission mandatory. What is so difficult about that? It is not about electing the right person after we've elected. We want to know the process to be good. That's what Nigerians are asking for. Now, the question I ask is, why is the APC-led administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Akpabio in the Senate, or refusing electronic transfer using network as an excuse? Does it make any sense?
Is it, Barry?
Sir.
Let me tell you something. Nobody is refusing it. The point about it is that the process and the speed and how they want it done is what it is that the people believe that the APC is stalling. But no, we are not stalling anything. We are not. It will be done in the right way and in the right form. There is nothing. There is a whole public outcry about it. And the oppositions are now making it seem like it's an APC thing. It is not an APC thing. It must be done right. And it will be done right in a matter of time. Rome was not built in a day. Why are we trying to build castles in the air? Right now.
You're saying we are not ripe to do it.
No, but what I'm saying is the legislative system is the legislative part of the government. It's a system, and the system must be followed. It must be followed step by step. And without those step by steps, mistakes will be made. Tomorrow, everybody will still be complaining.
So 3 years is not enough?
3 years?
It's been since 2023. Isn't that almost 3 years now?
Can I tell you something? Having lived in America for 16 straight years, whenever you elect the president in America, if you remember the first 4 years of Obama, it was like Obama wasn't doing anything. Processes don't come into governance until after 4 years. Whatever are the policies of the administration, most times start coming into play after the 4th year. And that is something you have to understand about governance. A lot of people don't pay attention to governance. They just talk about policies or just come out and just say, these are all laymen. But when you go through that process and you understand that, okay, let's take, for instance, His Excellency in Imo State here. Most people said he was not going to work in 4 years, that he's not going to work after 4 years and things like that, that one would just... But look, the man is working, and even working harder than he worked the previous 4 years. And his policies are all coming into play. How would he explain that? How come he's working better than he worked his previous 4 years?
Now, well, I don't know. You are the one that's...
No, you are the one that is saying 3 years is not enough.
No, you are the one that's saying he's working very good. Yeah. A lot of people will beg to differ on that, too. So, well, the scorecard can be given in different forms. Samato is itching to say something. I don't want you to say go trouble here now. Go
to New York. He has had his own time.
I have always praised Governor Hope Uzodimma for the ones he has done well, especially the road networks. I always give him credits for that. No doubt about that. He has done very well when it concerns roads. So many places, I go to places and I see that the road has been done. I say, oh, wow, His Excellency is doing great. And those are the things Nigerians want to see. It is not when we elect you before we know who you are. That's the problem. Okay. Anyway, that's not why you're here. Let's rush down to the business of Entraco now. Let's leave matter. Please, the other gentlemen, welcome aboard too. I'm not just hosting the GM. I still have... please, can you just introduce yourself briefly so that others will know who the GM came with? Sir Megemu. You know what Megemu is?
That's Chidi Nwaturu and Ifeanyi Nwokedi.
Okay. Chidi Nwaturu and Ifeanyi Nwokedi. Chidi, your name has been ringing. Oh, your name, they ring.
There are two Nwaturu. There are two Nwaturu. This is Chidi, and the other one is Emeka.
Okay. Emeka, oh yeah, Emeka own. Emeka on the ring for bad things, not good things. You know me, I know the fear to talk. I talk the way we be. Yeah. This is straight talk. Yeah. Because we hear that that Nwaturu collected 40,000 from somebody. I wasn't happy about it. Well, that was then. I believe that Entraco has been repackaged. Thank you very much, Nwaturu. And Ifeanyi, right? Yeah. Ifeanyi. Yeah. Ifeanyi, wait. Now you heard them in boss that time. Now my head, that's right. Anyway, they don't patch your head though. Thank you very much for at least surviving that one. Sure. What they do now work with carefulness. Life no get duplicate too. Exactly. Thank you very much. So GM, what's new in Entraco now?
What's new in Entraco is this. We've noticed our activities, especially on the road with those buses and every single thing after the accident at Akachi, which we thank God we have been able to clarify everything with the families. Everybody's all ahead. It's all one family now, even with the victim's family or the deceased family. So it's all one now. And activities, especially...
Raise that mic a little so that...
Activities, especially the obstruction aspect. Actually, I want to first of all explain something to Imo Line.
Okay.
Entraco is not predominantly traffic or anything that has to do with traffic. But the point about it is
what is happening in this state? This called Imo State, what is happening? You see when everybody will finish where the government will say something. I'm going to allow what you tell us state that the government is going to This thing was happened to Intraco. Intraco just did this now. Now to them, man. That's what. What is happening in this state? You see when everybody died. You see when everybody finished. You see when everybody finished in this state. It's just happening this afternoon. That's by Intraco. Just imagine. Just look at.
We'll turn around and do something that is just crazy, or float their vehicle in the middle of the road. That is irresponsible. And we were only trying to bring a little bit of sanity into the society. But don't put me wrong. Some of these boys, yes, we're doing it overboard. And they did it overboard. There has to be a fundamental right to people in the state. And those rights, I agree, were sometimes violated. And those violations were things I was trying to checkmate before that accident happened. And unfortunately, yes, 2 lives were lost and every single thing, which even up to today, I still hurt. I told one of my children at the time, I said, you have a scholarship, but I'm still in debt.
As the Imo State government, we did to help the family financially.
They just did the application. They just did the application. But I said, I don't have to wait for the government. I have to do things I feel it is right for my own government and for the government, and which I have done. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like I said, governance is a process. And that process might take months. The victim's family might be hurting and saying, then we want to bury
Head of Monitoring and Compliance, of course, Honorable.
For some of these things to be done. I was so touched when one of the guys said that the spirit of his brother has been coming to us, that they need
Head of Monitoring and Compliance, of course, Honorable. Glad to meet you.
Thank you.
Well, we are hearing so many stories flying out. Let's get it from the...
So,
I
will still do
what I want you to be done.
It's a government VAT.
Okay.
So left for the local
Thank you
government
very
now,
much for that.
and in conjunction with the state government, to do some.
Bring succor. One thing is the damage has been done, and we need to move forward. That's what Imolites need to also move forward from that. So what are we expecting now? Because we're hearing that Intraco will soon be fully back to the street working. What are we expecting this time around from Intraco?
Some of our activities were put on hold by His Excellency, and we respect that. And as a father, we know why he did that. He wanted us to do a little bit of soul searching. He wanted us to think back on some of the mistakes that we made. And I tell you, the greater plan of Intraco is that first, Intraco will probably, I'm not going to say ahead of the government, will probably be rebranded. And Intraco is going to have ad hoc workers. They're not going to have.
Intraco just did this now. Now to them, man. That's what. What is happening in this state? You see when everybody died. You see when everybody finished. You see when everybody finished in this state. It's just happening this afternoon. That's by Intraco. Just imagine. Just look at. Federal government, what is happening in this state?
What do they call it? A task force.
Just imagine. What is happening in this state?
That's a good news to hear.
This call Imo State.
That way, I think Imolites are not people who would be apprehensive towards that. It's because of the actions of a lot of those boys. I mean, I can tell you they did a lot of damage. Because if you see a lot of young motorists, some of them collected their vehicles on higher purchase, you go and damage it, and then in the name of that. So a lot of people were
we're not even going to, if we are still going to be doing obstruction, if His Excellency still wants Intraco to do obstruction, which myself personally, I wouldn't mind obstruction being taken away from Intraco. I don't want to be a part of obstruction. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what brings the bad name.
Okay.
And then maybe there's other people who feel that their chest is big enough to take the bad name. My chest is not big enough to take the bad name.
So what are the things Intraco are responsible now? Let's Imolites here.
Intraco It's a very vast organization.
Okay.
And most people do not realize it. Just because of this traffic and obstruction makes people not understand what the true meaning of Entraco is.
Okay.
We
just
are an
enlighten us.
Environmental Transformation Commission.
Okay.
We transform the environment. We don't make the product. We try to make it better. We make the products better. For instance, now, if His Excellency gives us a format of a good road,
So we see a lot of
so
young
we have to
motorists,
make
some of
sure
them collected
that the
now.
citizens take care of that road and not start pouring hot water on
see a lot of
the
young
bad
motorists,
road so
some of
that
them
it will spoil it. Make sure that the gutters are all free. Water will be flowing. There is not going to be flood all over the whole place and every single thing. The silting of the gutters. These are part of Entraco, protecting our veggies, our green areas, making sure street trading is not out of hand. These things are more greater than obstruction, which is like bringing the bad name to Entraco. For real.
There are some streets that have been converted to markets. How are you dealing? How are you going to deal with that?
You see,
Without at least showing that ugly side. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Owerri especially has been turned into a rat race. Everybody believing that Entraco is not there, is doing whatever they feel they want to do. They all come out now drag. They say this Entraco is not there. This, and quite all right, we have not been there. Entraco has not been there. So the fear of Entraco was the beginning of wisdom before. But now there is no Entraco enforcement. So there is no wisdom, there is no fear. And that is why we are looking at some of these things that are happening. You know, I'm hoping that His Excellency very soon, if he fully lifts the ban on our enforcement, you will see things come out to. I was driving past Amako here yesterday. I was almost in tears.
Okay.
You know.
All right. Well, we're going to take a short break now for a commercial. When we come back, the conversation will continue. I'll open up the phone lines for you. If you have any question or any confusion you want to get clarified, the GM is here to help you with that. So let's go over to our commercial to bring you some advertorial and then the news update at 10. And we'll come back with the conversation continues. We are still on Ego FM 100.7. Please listen to this important announcement. Up National Progress. Up National Progress. Progress National. The National Union of Road Transport Workers, NURTW, Imo State Council, wishes to inform the general public, especially those in Owerri Metropolis, that they will embark on Solidarity Love March on the 13th of February 2026 between the hours of 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. This event is geared at appreciating His Excellency, Distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma, on the laudable projects and infrastructural development in the state, especially as it concerns the transport sector in Imo State. There will be a temporary shutdown of commercial transport activities during the event. We regret any inconveniences this may cause, as we intend to resume commercial transport activities immediately after the Solidarity March. Signed, Comrade Izuchukwu Okebaram Bora, Chairman Planning Committee, and Comrade Charles Oduagu, Secretary Planning Committee. Thank you for listening.
Echo FM.
Echo FM 100.7, the fresh news people.
Fellow Nigerians, a new party this year. Fellow Nigerians, a new party this year. Register a
Echo FM 100.7.
The fresh news people.
No station does it better like we do. Music. Music. Music.
Music.
Music. Music.
Music just the way you like it. The way you like it. We are Echo FM 100.7.
The fresh news people.
No station does it better like we. Music. In English, Igbo,
Country people, this is not story time. On top Echo.
and Pidgin language. For more inquiries, you can reach us through our email, echofm@thekingmail.com. You can follow us on our social media handles at EchoFM. Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. We are the Fresh News People.
Catch up with the latest news updates on Echo 100.7 FM Owerri.
From the newsroom of Echo FM comes a news update at 10. Here are the latest stories we are keeping tabs on. President Bola Tinubu assured Nigerians of his administration's resolve to ensure the dividends of the Renewed Hope agenda reforms are felt across every state and community in the country. The president emphasized that while the Renewed Hope agenda was not a slogan but a national commitment, such a commitment demands that we move beyond dialogue to delivery. Political lobbying and consultations intensified in Bayelsa State as attention shifted to who emerges as successor to the late Deputy Governor, Lawrence Jakpo. Even before the burial of the late Deputy Governor, political consultations and lobbying had been ongoing. Also speaking, the chairman of the Civil Liberties Organization in Bayelsa State, Mr. David West, advised the governor to prioritize character, competence, and acceptability in nominating a replacement and cautioned against political compensation. The chairman of Odukpani local government area, Honorable Okpong Etim Asido, has suspended 2 aides over their involvement in what the council described as indecent and degrading social media videos. The chairman stated that the decision was taken in line with the Cross River State government's zero tolerance for irresponsible conduct among public servants. The statements further directed the affected aides to hand over all official documents and government property in their possession to the office of the Secretary of the Council. The Benue State Police Command has confirmed the abduction of 14 passengers traveling from the Igede axis of Oju and Obi local government area of the state. Confirming the incident, the chairman of Oju local government area, Mr. Jackson Ominyi, stated that efforts by his counterpart in Okpoku local government area led to the rescue of 2 of the abducted passengers. And in business, the National Identity Management Commission has lauded a new custom service line to improve communication and service delivery to Nigerians. The service line is intended to provide timely support on issues related to the national identification number, including enrollment, modification, verification, and other related concerns. NIMC urged members of the public to make proper use of the new service line and follow official guidelines when seeking support, while reiterating its commitment to strengthening identity management system and delivering improved services to Nigerians through technology-driven solutions. On the foreign scene, Cameroon's President Paul Biya announced a slight readjustment of the timing of legislative and municipal elections that were expected at the start of February. Originally scheduled for 2025, the elections had already been postponed once until early 2026. He also promised to form a new government, having announced his dissolution in his annual speech on New Year's Eve. Biya, the world's oldest head of state, has been in power since 1982 and was re-elected in October to an 8th term, leading to protests that were violently suppressed. And in sports, the National Sports Commission has announced the disbursement of 200 million naira in training grants to 26 Nigerian athletes as part of preparations for the 2026 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. The Director General of the NSC, Bukola Olokbade, said the initiative reflected a renewed focus on athlete welfare under the current administration. The latest disbursement marks the second time within 6 months that the Commission has released training grants to Nigerian elite athletes. And that's all the news update at this hour, edited by Benjamin Joseph. For more news and updates, follow us on Facebook, it's Echo FM. On X, it's at Echo FM _Owerri. On Instagram and YouTube, Echo FM 100.7. You can also listen in live anywhere in the world via www.echofm.net. And that's the news update at 10. Thank you for listening.
Echo FM.
Echo FM 100.7, the fresh news people.
Every day,
every hour,
every minute,
and every second,
breaking news occur.
From our villages,
in our cities,
new government policies,
the economy,
politics,
social news,
entertainment news,
security concerns.
We, the people, converge
to analyze,
separating facts from fiction,
lies and truth.
We dissect,
we integrate,
we harmonize,
we criticize,
and we bring you all the juicy details.
Live on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. It is Straight Talk.
Straight Talk.
Straight Talk on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri.
Shall I begin? I am your host. I am your anchorman. I am the presiding bishop of this ministry. And I am awesome. My name is Barry Cosmos, the Radio Marshal, the Buruburu One on radio, the Okenze on radio, your big brother on radio. I am the main event and I am here.
Live on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri.
Are you ready?
All right, welcome back to the show. It's still the People's Program, Straight Talk Live on Echo FM 100.7. We have the GM of Imo Entraco with us here. The Big Shack is in the building. And of course, we'll have Nwaturocha and Ifeanyi here with us. We are going to be hearing from all three of them. Chief Comrade Salvatore is still in the building, and then we'll have a robust conversation as it concerns Imo Entraco, the new, improved, repackaged Entraco, and everything you need to know about Entraco. Please, you feel free to call, send a message, send your questions. I don't want to be the questionnaire today. Everybody should send whatever they need to know about Entraco today so that when they come back to work, you understand what they're doing, and everybody would work with them in harmony. No more beating, no more breaking, no more breaking heads again, like the breakifying head the last time. So everybody, welcome aboard, people. Let's go. Before we do that, let me just read out some of the messages that came on our Facebook earlier on. Okay, Uchena Onukogo says, Gracias, Mr. Barry Cosmos, the presiding bishop of this ministry. Leadership in Nigeria is known for fraud and selfish satisfaction of political cabals at the expense of the people's welfare. Nigeria must continue to canvass for a new Nigeria. What a smart 10th assembly of criminal intent by the FG incumbent as unequivocally exhibited by the APC senators. This is fraud and deception. These guys are mean. Satan is far better than our politician, Jesus. Oh, God of mercy. He said, this is ridiculous. What a country. Tufiakwa. That's how he said it. Not be mean talk and I read them. All right. We have this one from Dan Pressman. He says, Imo Entraco bouncing back. A welcome development. The renewed drive by the Imo State Environmental Transformation Commission Entraco signals a positive shift towards restoring order, sanitation, and regulatory efficiency across the state. This resurgence reflects purposeful leadership and a commitment to improve service delivery in environmental management and compliance enforcement. However, there is an urgent need for the Commission to comprehensively restructure its operational task force officials to ensure professionalism, accountability, and public trust, strengthening oversight mechanism and adopting transparent standards will enhance performance, eliminate excesses, and consolidate Entraco's ongoing reforms for sustainable impact. Congratulations for bouncing back from Dan J, the pressman. All right, GM, we don't hear this one, and they don't call you congratulations for bouncing back, but he has also given some advice. You take that one. We move on to Okoye. Anulika, he says, well done. Thank you very much. Chi Emena, point of correction, no Imolite voted for Uzodinma during 2019 elections. What the hell? Why would he say something like that? A lot of people voted. He may not have voted for him, but then definitely a lot of people voted for him. That's not false information because Donatus Ikechuku says, good morning, Mr. Barry. When you see APC, you see people with vision and virtue. Eh? Akpabio follow? Okay. Maga ask that one. Ugo Chuku Tasie says, Mr. Barry, good morning. Do you expect the guests in the studio to speak otherwise? I beg, make we talk another thing, Jerry. All right, what do you want me to talk again? If Dominic said, Mr. Barry, I hope that Entraco man paid you for advice. Is he here to talk about Entraco or the governor? Is Entraco governor properly or immolized properly? To approve funds for embezzlement, sign new national anthem into law takes a few hours, but when it comes to what benefits the masses, it takes years. 3 years is not enough to have a strong network all over Nigeria. Let that organ rest and stop insulting USA. Away, I don't want to insult anybody, but people in APC never beat the allegations. God bless Honest, Immolized, and Echo FM. Thank you very much. Well, I don't know what you mean, but definitely the message is out there and we hear you. Anna says, very good morning. So happy to see the face of people with integrity. But please, GM, don't allow these boys to come back. They have caused a lot of hell in the state. They have sent people back to village. They have killed some innocent people, as you can see from the video there. Some drivers are out of the road because of Entraco. That is the message from Anna. Innocent Chiagorom Obi says, Ogabari, I greet you. It's been a while since I last got you on Facebook. Happy to have you today. Thank you very much, Innocent. Joe Chooks says, good morning, Barry. I'm Joe Chooks from World Bank. Please, the MD said there's not working for now, but his boys Tape came to the World Bank Friday last week and destroyed People's Market. They even threw away food opposite everyday supermarket, World Bank, and Tape was there present. These people are pushing Imolai's. Oh, that's how you put it. I'd like you to react to that. You say Tape, this Tape name has been everywhere. What are you doing about Tape's issue?
The point about it is this. There are different aspects of every government. And
Jim, please speak up so that people can hear you.
okay, there are different aspects of every government. And Entraco is not doing any enforcement. Let me say it authoritatively. Point blank. We have some legal issues, people that we've taken to court, corporate organizations, and things like that, which their cases been there. All we have been doing since our activities were put on hold has been office work. I cannot speak for any other person. I disbanded the Entraco staff. If another aspect of the government now employs someone to do their work, which myself I don't even know which part of the government that employed anybody, and they do some of the work and every single thing. It's not, I don't know, and I can't speak on it.
Now, what are we supposed to do with this Tape guy? But that Tape name has been ringing bell for the wrong reasons. Every time Tape this, Tape that, Tape this, Tape that. Now, this is a message from somebody from World Bank saying he was there just, what was that date again? He said he was there, but his Tape came to World Bank on Friday last week. That's just barely 5 days ago. Yeah. And if Entraco's tax force is not working, why is Tape still doing his job?
Is he not a Nigerian citizen? He is allowed to gain employment with any other place that he feels like getting employment.
So why are the law enforcement agencies not coming after him?
No,
whose umbrella is Tape
under
working?
what umbrella would they come? Under which law would you go to arrest him?
So he just goes about doing whatever he feels like?
No, he's doing. Definitely he has directive from somewhere. And if he has the directive from somewhere, he's employed to do a job, he will do it.
Is Tape still a staff of Entraco?
No, but we don't have any enforcement staff. All we have is office staffs in Entraco right now.
Okay, that's
we
great.
have. Entraco is being disbanded. I told you we are trying to now hire ad hoc workers and do things in a corporate way.
All right, Imolites, we've heard from the GM. Tape is not a staff of Entraco directly from the GM of Entraco. So if he comes to your shop and is working under any umbrella called Entraco, that is not Entraco. If he's working under any other umbrella, that is a different team. Now, sometimes we hear he's working with a monitoring and compliance team. I don't know how true that is.
I don't know.
I don't know how true that is, but that's information that filters to me sometimes, but I don't know how true that is. Anyway, that is the message we are getting. Email, as we've heard from the GM directly, Tape is not, and no task force member should come in the name of Entraco to anybody's shop. Whether you are doing the wrong or right thing, they don't have the right for now until the real Entraco comes around.
Anything Entraco does now, they can only serve you paper, and you come to the office. If you do not come to the office, then if they're going to take you to court, they take you to court. No more going and enforcing, no more going. You're not going to see any Entraco person with anything on that they are harassing people's life. We are all smooth gentlemen. We are now a bunch of gentlemen.
Yeah, gentlemen, man. Comrade Salvatore, I know you are itching to say something. Let's hear you on this matter. You are also an investigative journalist. Do you have anywhere or information where Tape is working now? Which particular unit? I want Imolites to hear where he's working, who he's working for, and if you have any idea on that.
I can tell you authoritatively that the information you just read from the screen right now is correct. I can also tell you that I have information to the effect that the Tape of a young man is working under Chinasa Nwaneri. Now, I can tell you that in December, we saw Chinasa and his boys at the stadium, and they were harassing and manhandling a handicapped person, a physically challenged
You gotta be kidding
lady,
me.
physically challenged lady,
You gotta be
under an
kidding me.
umbrella at the gate of the stadium, dragging her on the ground. You know, she couldn't, the leg crippled, a complete
God.
cripple. And she was shouting and crying, and they were saying some of them even, play. They are athletes for Imo State who represented Imo State in various sports and won medals, some of them. And it was a very, very horrible sight. I was there with my colleagues. We were just watching all of this, and people were shedding tears that this level of brutality could be meted out on crippled people. Now, that's one. What I want to say about this is that Entraco, right from the time of Ikedio Hakim, has been a very, very pivotal government establishment in Imo State. Now, I can also tell you that Entraco has been so influential in Imo State since Hakim's period, that Entraco has been responsible for the downfall of Hakim's administration, for Imolites voting him out, because it was in the twilight of Hakim's administration that a lot of things were going on with Entraco staff. People getting killed, as you saw here now, Okigwe here, Weri and all of that. And I had come into Imo newly then as an investigative journalist, and I was investigating these things. And a lot of things happened, very, very shocking. And I've already told you that was part of the major reasons for which Imolites voted Hakim out of office, because of what Entraco committed. And it is appearing that Entraco
But
has this
Entraco was the
tradition.
clean and green chief then.
Yes, clean and green. They were doing well, and that aspect of clean and green, because Hakim was very, very serious about transforming the environment.
Yeah.
Now, when you leave, I'm very happy that the GM there just said, Anyehe just said moments ago, that he would want to be spared certain responsibilities. Now, when you talk about environmental transformation, you are more or less looking at the aesthetics of the environment, beautifying the environment, and that was Hakim's concept. But now, this area of brutalization of citizens, carrying sticks and knives, daggers, some of them are Indian hemp smokers, some of them jailbirds, escaped from prisons. Look, you would go to the Hero Square, and I'm talking from one-on-one experience and investigation. And you see these chaps working on what they were calling the VIO then and all of that. And there was also much mix-up between, you wouldn't know who's working with VIO, you wouldn't know who's working with Entraco and all of that. But you will see these boys at the back of that Hero Square near Concord Hotel, smoking Indian hemp, drinking, all sorts of spirits, alcohol, before they embark on their responsibilities. And that's why you would have a situation where they will go carrying on as if,
all right.
So a lot of issues.
Our phone lines are buzzing non-stop. We will open up the phone lines right now. But, Wancharacha, let me ask you this one now. You've been here. You go talk now, Abi. Well, we have Entraco staff. They're all here. Wancharacha, you work with Tape at some point, right?
Work with Tape. Yeah,
I
only
imagine.
work with my GM.
You only work with the GM?
Yes.
Okay. Because, definitely say Semeka Wancharacha, not to you. Because we hear Tape, Wancharacha, Tape, Wancharacha.
Not my own Wancharacha. Please, I do more of administrative work.
Okay. Thank God for you. God bless you for that.
And you too.
Now, what is the difference between Entraco's work and this monitoring and compliance unit? What do they have similar functions? Because sometimes we don't even know who is doing what.
Okay. Actually, monitoring and compliance is...
Speak to the microphone, please.
Monitoring and compliance, what actually I'm meant to understand is that they're supposed to be monitoring and making sure that people comply with with the rules and laws of the state. In actual fact, if Entraco has a law or a rule that has been put down and people are not obeying it, monitoring and compliance can go and try to make sure that people comply. That is, if there are some areas where Entraco is lacking, monitoring can go in and make sure that it's not just in Entraco, it's just with every other agency. They just go and make sure that people are complying. You understand? I mean, they also...
They're more like an enforcement team.
They kind of like an overseeing enforcement team. They oversee and enforce. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how it is, you know.
All right. Well, I just needed to get that out of the way so that Imolites need to understand the difference between what you do and what the monitoring and compliance do. Because it seems to me, Entraco, monitoring and compliance, they do the same thing like walkover labs, and they're causing a lot of confusion everywhere. Let's open up the phone lines now to hear from our listeners there. Good morning. Who there, my line?
Yeah. Good morning, Sabare.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning, the GM.
Good morning.
And your team.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, my name is Katchison Ekuha. I am calling from my community of in a very West local government. I asked a question on Facebook, which I'm waiting for your response. Have the government officially released an official memo to bring people back? That is number one question. Then number two question, before you people were disbanded, at some point, you people oppressed at Avo Junction, because I am from Avo. So I want to know if Avo Junction is equally part of the places you people cover. So this is my question.
Right. Thank you very much, GM.
Okay, thank you very much for your question. It's a very intelligent question. First things first, Entraco was never disbanded. Let me get something straight to you. It was only some of our activities which engaged that led to that Entraco activities being put on hold was that accident and the confiscation of that vehicle that was going to Entraco that ended up killing 2 people. Now, then they said they made it seem like Entraco was doing traffic work, whereby Entraco was not doing traffic work. What happened was the Entraco was enforcing obstruction, and then on their way, motorcycles that are not supposed to come into Owerri town were doing one way, and they unfortunately hit into a vehicle that was driven by an Entraco staff. That was why the activities were put on hold. And then the other question you asked about Entraco. Entraco covers the whole 27 local government. We have offices in the whole 27 local government.
All right, that answers it. Let's not prolong that matter. So many calls. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Welcome aboard. Name and submission quickly.
Mr. Oshina, I'm calling from New Owerri.
Okay.
Yeah, so I heard what you guys said about Tape and Entraco. Tape work with the Chinasa with the monitoring and compliance.
Okay.
Even on Friday last week, I was at work down when he came with the 2 healers and 1 keke ball with full of ass and machetes. If you come to the roundabout at the work down, you see where they burn people properties that sell both black market and other things here at the roundabout. And one trucker who is saying that he doesn't work with the work is empty, he also work with Chinasa and Tape at the same time. Last time when they come to the money house that
please, we have Nwaturocha, Emeka, and Chidi Nwaturocha. The one with us here is Chidi Nwaturocha. So you have to differentiate that, all right? Thank you.
Okay, sir. Okay.
All right, thank you very much for your contribution. Now, the issue with monitoring and compliance is a different issue completely. It is not Entraco related. It's just that people misconstrue both of them to do the same function, and then we're trying to make sure that clarity comes on board. We'll try to see if we can reach the monitoring and compliance someday for them to also come and speak to Imolites. So now, let's get to other matters being raised here. Phil Achara says, good morning, Barry. Please ask the GM what he is doing to clear the bad eggs in Entraco. Even on suspension, some people under the name Entraco is seen chasing traders and issuing demand notice.
My brothers, Entraco, all those boys that you see that were working under, they've been disbanded. There is nobody working under the name of Entraco, serving any paper in the market or this thing. If any paper is being served, you know that it's a corporate organization or people that have to veggies and the greens, and but anything to do with any street enforcement, this thing. There is no Entraco staff on the field.
Hi, if you say GM, you're gonna GM don't tire for that thing.
My brother.
GM don't tire for that harassment.
Don't make all my beers turn grey.
GM don't tire for that madness. He's no longer interested in it. Sam Imaje says, I know the name of the bad ones in their office. Okay, please, if you know the name, send them. This is straight talk.
Yeah.
Don't hide on that thing. Send it. I go read them. I know they sent to read. I go read them. You hear me? He says, I have the list of bad boys in the office. Send them, Sammy Maja. Send them.
I mean, people drive past the Entraco office. How many people do they see hang around there? So how can they be there? When they come,
Before Entraco remove my battery now.
If they confiscate anything, have they brought it to Entraco?
I was driving close. I just pulled over to drop somebody I was carrying somewhere around that Entraco office side, just close to where there's military. I don't know how the guy even used to open my bonnet. Boy, I carry battery. PM inside Entraco. No layer. So see this guy.
If you notice, since Entraco enforcement activities were put on hold.
Yeah.
Nobody. If you come in there, it looks like a desert. People keep. That's where people get that notion that Entraco is no longer working and is being disbanded. But if you come in there, you will see computers on. You will see people in their offices. They are civil servants. We have about 20 civil servants up in there. We have a legal department. We have this, and most of them sometimes park their cars behind. So when you're passing, you think Entraco is just laying fallow right there. But it's not the truth. That's not the truth. If you went to court yesterday, you would have seen how many people that were in court yesterday.
All right, let's take another caller. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Barry.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, this is Jose calling from Nazi.
Okay.
Let me start this way.
All right.
This Entraco, what your guest in the studio said some minutes ago, the fear of Entraco is the beginning of this thing. The fear of the evils of Entraco.
I said that was before. That was before when people were not, so that people can be able to obey some of the guidelines. But now you see, Entraco is not there. My brother, you just don't take the face value of any comment. You just have to go to the nitty-gritty of those comments. I said now, if you go to Amako here, you go to Akwakuma, you go to Oji, you go to, nobody is obeying anything. All the people that were trading outside of the street are now back to the street. Yesterday, they are right in the middle of the street. People are parking cars in the middle of the street, buying things from the market, my brother.
Okay, very good. What you are saying in essence, what you said just last minute now, if the office is still functioning.
I don't even know where this picture, which side of this road. Is it, where is this one now?
This,
now it help me now. Where is that?
This is somewhere around Douglas. There.
Around Douglas?
Around Douglas. Yeah, around Douglas.
Around Douglas, okay. That looks like Road to Be area. If you see, when I don't close road, traders, everybody don't, from umbrella to even trailer in the middle of the road, offloading in the center of the road.
Even umbrellas that were acquired by Entraco, that if you had looked at this place, if those umbrellas are already on the street, everywhere would have been green and look more organized. You understand what I'm saying? They're still there. We don't want to enforce it because the governor has put our enforcement on hold.
All those umbrellas that were seized, people's properties.
Not the umbrellas that are seized. These are brand new umbrellas that look good.
I am not talking about the ones you. I'm talking about the ones before the suspension came on board. What happened to them? Those properties, they were seized.
No, they collected all of them. People collected. They came and collected them.
All right, that's great. I just wanted us to know. Let's revisit the issue of Toronto a little bit.
Yeah.
How far with that area? Since the destruction of all those markets and the removal of beds, what has the government done for that place? Is the land still just left fallow like that?
No, it's not. Everywhere is changed. So every now and then you still have people who still come out to violate what the government is. You have to understand that Toronto case was a very bad case. Toronto case was a very bad case in the sense that somebody channeled a soccer way into the government gutter. So they take a poo-poo in their house and it comes out to the government gutter, the street gutter in Toronto.
That's crazy.
What was happening in Toronto was crazy. People were selling chicken in the middle of the road and pouring the hot water with the feathers of the chicken on the main road. So we were trying to do everything like a gentleman, doing everything like a gentleman, until they started getting violent. That was why, okay, then if they're getting violent, it's now time to push them to the real market where they're supposed to be. That was the genesis of all these things.
If at Toronto, where you were attacked, what really happened? Why were you attacked?
The reason why I was attacked at Toronto is one of our men went to put an orderliness in that area. So when there is a conflict based on conspiracy between those doing business around that area. So being the director of operation, so I have to go for an inspection to know how to solve the problem. Just because of they have already have that instinct that they want to attack us, because it's like we are trying to spoil their businesses or try to put them back to the market. So when we go to the scene, trying to make peace, trying to tell them to do the needful, just because of they have us in mind. From here,
the 29th day of October 2025 will forever remain a dark day for traders in Toronto, Urata, Owerri North. Shops, business.
24 hours enough for people to move their property. Have you recovered your phones?
I did. My boss bought a new phone for me.
Try. Wait, it means that then boss your head, collect your phone. If I need a track, come on there.
You go take because of phone. You go take because of phone. The same beating of your life, Barry.
Okay, no, baby. Anyway, well, we just have to make it a little
the point, the thing that we do have to understand, Toronto was a test case in Imo State on exactly what was happening. You understand? I don't want to get the nitty-gritty. A lot of people, through our own investigations, were indicted. Some of the police, some of the citizens that were there, some people were there, the drugs. There are no, majority of people that were on that Toronto Junction were not even Imo-lites. They were all strangers. You have Northerners there, you have Akwa Ibom, you have this there. And these are the people that committed most of this mayhem there. They are the people that started it.
But it was an Imo son that is collecting rent from them, because we got it on good authority from almost all of them that were paying rent to, what was the name of that man again? They
were
Asari and the rest of them.
No, okay. The point about Asari was not the landlord.
Yeah, it was
the main landlord came, the main owner of the land came, and he said he was having difficulties recovering his land. That thank God for government, it was published in the papers now, that thank God for government that he's been able to recover. And he has fenced out that place. You understand what I'm saying?
So the family of the late, you promised to give that the child a scholarship. How far with that?
Nobody has contacted me. The ones that happened in Akacha was with the boy, even the other day, and I'm giving him employment, and he's going to be. I told him that if he wants employment, he'll be getting salary. If he doesn't want to work, then I'll still be giving him until he graduates from school.
All right, I'll personally take that matter up. I will go to that family, because I know that you made that promise live on our studio, and I don't want to be held responsible and all that. So we'll
man,
take that
man, no right.
All right, so thank you very much for those of you who are still with us. If you are just joining us, this is Entraco discussion live on Echo FM 100.7 with the Radio Machine. And we are trying to take so many of this information to give you what is going to happen. The new and improved Entraco is coming. We have gotten from the GM that no task force under the name of Entraco is working in Imo State. Anybody that comes to you saying they are serving you paper in the name of Entraco, that's a lie, that they are not doing that. If we were doing anything, it has to be very official from the office and all that. So
tell them you want to come to the Entraco office. Tell them you want to come to the Entraco.
So if you serve a paper, don't pay to them. Go to Entraco office and sort it out. That's what it means. Now, I want to ask Imolite, what is it with you people and breaking the law? You are asked, don't stay on the verges, you stay there. Don't sell on the street, you stay there. Don't litter the roads, don't block the gutters. I have a woman who cooks here. Every time she just carry all the nonsense with her, go inside the gutter. And this is what Entraco is trying to enforce. And when they come for the enforcement, you start crying. Why do you put yourself in that vulnerable situation? Comrade Salvatore, let me ask you, as a non-Entraco person, these people doing this thing, if Entraco go and enforce the law, is Entraco doing anything wrong?
Of course not. Entraco is not doing anything wrong by trying to ensure that there is sanity and there is what you call environmental aesthetics. And that is you talk about beautification of the environment. That's a fundamental responsibility of Entraco, which they are trying to carry out. Now, but you see, I do have some questions regarding, you mentioned Rotobi a while ago.
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you something. I don't know whether you're aware that all those umbrellas you see on Rotobi, which should be clear, that's a road. It's meant for vehicles.
Yeah.
But there's no vehicular traffic because there are so many umbrellas. But officials of government, one agency or another of government, go there to collect what they call matching grant money on a daily basis from these people committing this illegality.
Market taxes.
Task forces or whatever they call themselves. They go and collect money from these people for using umbrellas to trade on a road that is supposed to be motorable. So that is the question that has been begging.
Doesn't Entraco collect that too?
So
do I look like I need it?
So
it's not you. I'm talking about
Rotobi now. You see that
anybody.
You can't drive through Rotobi because all those umbrellas.
No, that road has been cancelled. That is market now. Nobody drives past that.
So how come? What is Entraco doing about this? That's the question.
Will you clear that Rotobi road? Because people who have shops leave their shop to bring the goods on the road.
My brother, when you say enforcement activities are put on hold, it's so big and ambiguous.
Okay.
That when you look at it, you don't know where you will do and you will violate. So I've just cut my coat according to my size. My brother, I don't know where I'll violate.
GM dog.
But
GM say I quit.
no. Let me say this.
Okay.
It hurts me every day to drive through Owerri. Normally, when we go on enforcement, I lead. When Entraco is on it, I lead, and I make sure rules and regulations are followed. You understand? And I monitor these people. But these ones that go and do it, I'm not there. You understand? And I can't be everywhere.
Definitely.
Every day I take more than 200 phone calls. And I attend, what is 200? I take more than 500 phone calls because they start from 6 a.m. in the morning till 9 o'clock at night. And then I attend to more than 300 people in the office every day. I have been open.
And you still have to go for monitoring?
I still have to go for monitoring. I mean, I made myself so accessible. My brother, there is nobody in Imo State that don't have my number. And I must take those phone calls. Because that's the responsibility the government has given to me.
All right, let's take another caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome aboard.
I'm calling from Ebu.
Okay.
My name is Uche. I'm calling from Ebu.
Uche.
Mr. Barry Cosmos, good morning.
Thank you very much for joining us. Go ahead.
My respected and revered workaholic general manager of Imo Entraco, I greet you.
I greet you, sir.
Yes, having appraised and assessed your performance over the time, I want to say, even though that the government, due to some activities of some individuals, suspended your activities, I want to say you are one of those men that has given sanity to the environment in Imo. And ever since you guys stopped working, when you go to the streets of Owerri, you can see the menace that is being caused by people. One thing I want to say, if you should come back, which I know you will bounce back, please make sure you work with people that has integrity. Make sure you have people that are not into drugs. Make sure you work with people that are civil so that they will help to propagate and project the name of Entraco. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, he's saying don't go and employ people that has kai in the stomach, in the head. They don't need that one. If you bring out this one, they cause problem. All right. Nako Leno Emenyonu says, good morning, Mr. Barry Cosmos. Be careful with Entraco men over there. They are bandits group. Oh, God.
It takes one to know one. It takes one to
Oh,
know
my
one.
God. All right. Warrior Ugochukwu says, good morning, Mr. Barry. My name is Warrior Ugochukwu, watching you live from Lagos. I love listening to your program. Keep up the good work that you are doing. Thank you very much. Prince Ike says, good day, Uncle Barry. APC want to rig election again come 2027, but many of them won't survive it. God won't allow it. For Entraco, it's not bad to have people working to make things work well in the state, but we don't want kai people. They should employ graduates. All this they are saying on radio, I don't believe them at all. APC government is bad from federal down here. Okay. They said they don't believe you, Chairman. That's
person when no person, they call me friend.
Abi? All right. Adana McLoy says, good morning, sir. I love your program. Keep up the good work. God bless you. Adana there. Dan Pressman, I think I've read your message. He also said, urgent appeal to Imo and Traco GM over Tape's alleged activities. There's an urgent appeal to the general manager of Imo and Traco to swiftly investigate and curb the alleged activities of an individual identified as Tape to safeguard operational integrity. Tape is allegedly working under the office of the SA governor on monitoring and compliance. His boss is Nzechinasa Nwaneri from Dan J, the press man. All right, we have White and Tony says, Ogabari, good morning. I can tell you that the GM and Traco know about Tape. Okay, GM, they say you sabi Tape hoha. Darlington Unyeneke says, Ogabari, I am Darlington from World Bank. I believe the gentleman over there are scared of Tape. Let them specify Tape duty. All right, how can you specify somebody who's not working under you? That's he has made it clear that Tape doesn't work under him. He works under, I think, monitoring and compliance unit.
I don't even know where he worked. He worked with us briefly before I disbanded Entraco. So right now, Entraco is disbanded. They staff, they call people that go, especially on the street, are disbanded. How do I know where the person is working? I mean, I don't
Must
understand.
this guy be a staff of either monitoring or Entraco or whatever? Must he be? Because it's becoming a bad name and a bad name.
When during the time that we were doing enforcement, we had so many staff. I can tell you that I don't know most of the people individually. I don't know them individually because there were more people waiting for me to see them every day for me to see them. Most of these people went through training. They went through training. Everybody went through training, but you know.
But as a GM, if the name of somebody is ringing all the time for the wrong reasons, don't you have powers to act swiftly?
There are two people that used to be in Entraco called Tape. I don't know which one that they call Tape.
You call both of them. You call both of them and find out who's the bad egg.
There was one that I saw one time, one with a bald head, one with a beard, one with, I don't know. You see, you don't argue a theory. You don't argue a fact.
But even if you don't know, your subordinates may know them physically. I know that they work together.
My brother, hindsight. Hindsight. Yeah, maybe now I will try to investigate and find out who is this person.
All right.
You know.
Anya Obi, dare I say, as we are no longer being instructed to obey the rules and regulations of the road, at least no lives have been lost. We are still alive. So far, no death has been recorded on the road. But if people resume work now and death starts occurring, chaos, fight, and loss of lives on the road, people will say it is because of the protest. Meanwhile, the operation will still continue because most times people end up fighting on the road. Some of us driving these vehicles are under serious pressure. We are all graduates and we have no work. This is the only means we have to survive. If you people want to use it as a form of force, it should be done correctly and peacefully. In fact, you guys are not working in a way. You came to make money from the poor masses. Go and find out, bro. That is the message from Anya Obi Dera. Thank you very much, Anya Obi Dera. Mother Wisdom says, Bid, Cosmos, I am a witness on this, all this Entraco at World Bank, First Bank. I am the one that stopped them not to tax the man. Oh boy. The messages are pouring in fast and thick. Let's check some of them on our WhatsApp. Oh my God. Okay. Juju from Ikwere says, Barry, good morning. Welcome our guest in Imo, in Echo FM. We believe in straight talk, no bending corners. Say, Barry, go to Oju Zokalu's community now Every young man and old people there today are angry with him. Governor, 8 years, senator, 8 years, yet he needs to go back to prison. Away. 2, about the Entraco, tell the GM to please monitor his people, avoid bringing bad name to him. He should remove any Judas among them. I wish him a good work. Barry, Wike took a sleeping drug yesterday to cool down his brain. Have a nice day, Barry, and guest. Oh, my God. These my people.
See, the point about it is this. I like what my gentleman over there said before about during Ikedi or Hakim and how Entraco came and everything. This is it. Entraco is a bad dog with a bad name. And if you go and buy it, it will definitely bite you. And myself, believing that there are better ways to organize things, didn't look at it. I looked at it that most of these people who gained employment and were making a living, if you leave them, where are they going to be? So I tried to accommodate most of these people with the hope that they can all turn a new leaf. We gave them uniform, we lectured them, did everything possible. Pikin wey no sabi book, my brother. That's what I have gotten to understand. And no matter, Pikin, even if you pay 10 million naira for him to go to school, he's still going to come back and fail and you repeat. You understand what I'm saying? And that's exactly what is happening with Entraco. That's why the governor is thinking about rebranding it. Maybe there is something with the name, or maybe they don't carry the name, go juju. Say, you know. You understand what I'm saying? I'm serious. Man, we are looking at it like a joke, but for real, Entraco has a bad name. Even if people hear Entraco, if you go to Amakohia Market now, you hear Entraco. Also Nigeria Limited. I'm telling you.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you.
All right, let's take another caller. Good morning. Welcome aboard. We are in the last lap of the show. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Sabare.
I greet you.
My name is Comrade Frank, that do call from Worsley House. Yeah, honestly, I send my greetings to our guests, Watorocha and the GM, both Chief Sabaton, who are in the studio this morning with you.
Thank you.
Yes, and honestly, I'm happy that the Entraco is coming back, and I heard you saying that it's a reformed Entraco coming in. But my brother, I plead in your audience, in order this present Entraco coming, please, we plead in your audience to put a phone number, emergency phone number, where Imolite can be able to text you or to reach you on call, to complain to you in this upcoming of your staff activities. It will help you a long way in order to monitor the activities more. Because really, I have watched you during your last programs in Entraco. You have the mind of serving Imolite in the way it's supposed to be. I have watched you several times without knowing. I have visited Entraco there, seeing you beating all those staff, people who are misbehaving in Entraco job. You beat him up and directed to be taken to police. I'm at your office then the day one boy stole bike, motorcycle, and hide it in a fuel station. I was there that day the way you beat the boy and directed for more investigation I assisted also monitor. Because you don't know me very well. We are in the street. We monitor you. We monitor activity. You are doing well. You have the good mind in order to serve you more. But
Thank you.
Please rearrange your staff this time around so that they will be served, they will be working directly. And please,
thank you.
Place the phone number so that we can be able to reach and test you whenever they are misbehaving.
Thank you. Before we leave, he will give that phone number out. But let me take this message from. It says, good morning, my eloquent and majestic Barry Kelsey. Nigeria is basically and fundamentally corrupt and fraudulent. The Senate is part of the problem Nigeria has. They have shamelessly told us that some states in the country referred to as the great giant of Africa have no network. What a fallacy. The next step they are heading to take is to vote trillions of naira to enable them fix the network in those areas. You see, these people are clandestinely trickish and think they are dealing with Dundees and Dundee United and dollars. Nigerians should rise up and amass and resist their crazy effrontery. Isn't Lady Julie Naseka sending that one? This other one says, good morning, they love God. Okay, no, we love God program with this. Comrade Chidozen also texting from Umakane, Haji, the most peaceful community in Most States. Good morning. All right, that message came in a lot earlier. Hi, the GM is covering up something. He doesn't want to open up about Tape. Hey, God. GM, they don't say you cover Tape. You don't want to open up about Tape. Just as good morning, Entraco, or say entrance, as he wrote it, should provide bus stops for drivers around the state before resuming work, except they want to continue their extortion organization called Entraco. Victor sent in that message. Okay, just before we go, our time is up. GM, sir, any number, forwarding number, people can call you directly or call the office to report any of these abnormalities that they see on the road in the name of Entraco. Please, let's call it today.
This number is being there for my issue.
Okay.
And it's 0814-165-1699. It's been there from my issue.
Call it again,
0814-165-1699. And
Okay.
there is a second number too.
Okay.
0810-426-9574.
9574. All right, everybody.
You know, these things, the thing about it is that people don't know how to follow regulations. They've always known. Even the last time I was here, I made it clear that if you have any issue with Entraco, please call. You know, don't be on the road. Don't engage any of these people on the road. It is not. You see, it is not Entraco that is spoiling those boys. It's people on the street that is spoiling them. Because once they go do a job, the first thing, maybe somebody weigh money never day in pocket for the day. All of a sudden, this driver is offering him money on this. They corrupted them. They corrupt them towards listening to them, and that's what.
Well, that's a hard fact. Of course, we know that it happens. Even in the police, instead of a go station, you go say, "Go settle down for road." So that's a hard fact, and of course, we thank you so much, GM, for taking our time to speak with us. We know we cannot exhaust this conversation, but at least we've done justice to it. And I thank you for at least piping down Entraco. And they say, GM, SM code, don't they catch you? All right, so we call on Imola, so please obey the law. Sometimes some drivers, the way that they behave, it could be like say your own worst person Entraco, sir. So let's get this straight up. Everybody behave well. And there will be no need for Entraco harassing anybody. That is just it. For those of you selling in the street, do not say you are not warned. Do not say, I know shop rent is expensive, but you have to find a way where it's allowed to sell on the street. That is different. That you go, everybody just bring anytime, stay anywhere, do whatever you want to do, and then no, it's not going to happen. Thank you very much. Chief Sabato, final comment just before we go.
Yes. I think Entraco should be more meticulous in background checks on recruitment, in the area of the recruitment process. So that you can say the minimum is first degree in the university. And not just anybody you see with scars on his face and his head and his back, you recruit him. What do you think is his background? What do you expect from him?
That's great.
That's my advice.
Great. Thank you. Ifeanyi.
So,
Alpha.
I'm cool.
Careful when they don't bust your head for the second time. They're going to survive the second one.
No, this is the new face of Entraco.
No. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us. Okay. The other man, no am I calling him, so go Hokpo. I need to call you. Thank you all for joining us. This is our show for today. Up next is the Slim Diva with Health Revolution. Bye-bye for now. See you tomorrow for another edition.
Echo FM.
Oh, no, no, no.
Just the way you like it. The way you like it. We are Echo FM 100.7.